Welcome back, everybody, for more Final Fantasy VI. So, last time we dropped off Terra and Locke at Figaro. Oh, and by the way, Edgar has a twin brother. You were such a nice boy. Yeah, we're wandering around Figaro right now and learning a little bit more about he who's giving us safe haven. Brother, what's wrong with father? What's all this talk of his successor? Are you blind? Look how thin his face has become. What is it? Brother! Tears? And everybody introduced Edgar's twin brother who traded the throne for his own freedom. So this is yet another character that we can get introduced to, which is Sabin. I'm going to say Sabin because that's what I'm used to with playing this game. I've been saying Sabin since I was a kid. Oh yes, his name is Sabin. Oh, he looked so like his father. You mean like Edgar? When he ran away, he was a sweet little child. I wonder what he's like now. I can't even talk right now. As you guys can tell, my throat's still kind of recovering. But, yeah, welcome back. So, right now we're finding out... Oh, jeez, I hate this girl. Hesina said he'd marry me if I was older. Oh, man. So, we are currently walking around Figaro and learning about Edgar as well as the Empire. Since Terra is trying to seek safe haven in Figaro, at least for the moment, while Locke works with Edgar. So that's where we're at, and I think that's pretty much all the exploration that we can do in Figaro. The biggest reveal is obviously the Sabin scene, because we need to know who Sabin is. And I already know I'm going to get comments like, why did you give one a British accent and one's just burly? It's really how the characters are. The whole business of the succession was so repugnant to Sabin, the king's brother, that he fled the castle forever. The succession was settled with a coin toss. Of course it was. Alright, so, back to the throne room, and here's Edgar. Well, how do you like my castle? King Edgar, someone from the Empire to see you. Hi, Aldo. I can't stop them. Probably Kefka. Oh boy, okay.
Phooey! Emperor Gestal's stupid orders! Edgar, you pinhead! Why do you have to live in the middle of nowhere? These recon jobs are the pits! Ahem, there's sand on my boots!
Yes, sir! All set, sir! Poor soldiers. And, of course, that pixelated cackle.
Idiots!
The game that made this character well-known. Sir Kefka, what on earth do... Hi, Aldo again.
Out of my way!
I tried to turn off my online on the PlayStation, but it just doesn't work. Okay, so now we get control of Edgar. We do have Locke. But of course, the only person really we can talk to is Kefka. Oh wait, we can talk to his entourage. I thought we were allies. What are you doing in my domain? You've been busy down south, looking for more cities to destroy. That's for us to know. What brings Kefka, humble servant of Emperor Gastal, into our lowly presence?
A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here.
This wouldn't have anything to do with this witch everyone's been whispering about, would it?
Lies! She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here?
That's a tough one. Because I keep such a harem here. You see, there are more girls here than grains of sand out there. I can't keep track of them all.
I'd hate to be you if we find out you're lying. I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro.
Well, that was a veiled threat. Alright. I'd say that guy's missing a few buttons. Where's Terra? Take her to a room. I'd love to chat with you, but the Chancellor and I must plan our strategy. Sometimes I hate being a king, if you'll excuse me. Follow me. So there you go. We've had a little bit of a standoff with the Empire. That's not good. And we've also been introduced to Aldo once again. I will have to let Aldo know that he had such an appearance on my Let's Play this time. I swear, I really wish I could turn off the online functionality on PlayStation 3 and have it stay off, but for some reason it just auto-turns itself back on. Alright, so here's Locke again. Don't you worry about a thing. You're Locke, right? Edgar told me about you. Is it true you're a thief? Like Aldo? Okay. That's treasure hunter. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. Truth is, he's collaborating with the Returners, an organization opposed to the Empire. I'm his contact with that group. The old man you met in Narshi is also one of us. Empire? But I'm a soldier of the Empire. That's not true. They were using you. Things are different now. I don't understand. What should I do? I can't tell you what to do. You don't have to decide right now. You'll soon find your way. So as you can tell, Terra's still very confused because of the slave crown. But how will I know which way is right? That's a very good question, Terra. A question this game tries to answer. What the? So something's going on. We don't really know what yet. Oh, holy crap. Looks like Figaro just got attacked. What's happening? It's the Empire! It's Kefka! What are you doing? So now I kind of have a choice. Now I can go speak with this guy, and I should. Get ready. Yes, sir. So now it's time for us to confront Kefka. Changed your mind? I guess I have no choice. Or maybe I do. Chocobos!
Ah! Shameful that a king should flee, leaving his people behind! How utterly delightful!
Jump! So it's time for us to make our escape from Figaro. Okay, dive now! Yahoo! Oh, what's going on? Dude! Figaro submerge mode activated! I always loved this moment when I first saw it. No one can defeat the people of Figaro! Because when they try, we dive into the sand. It's kind of a cheater way to go about it, but hey, it works. That's still cool, even to this day, to see that scene happen. And there's poor Kefka. You could have just gone in with them.
Go! Get them!
Oh, and he's brought his own Magitech troops. Which means battle time. So technically you can actually run this battle out, but if you use magic, then you'll get a little bit of a bonus scene. You actually don't have to, but then this happens if you do it. Edgar, what's the matter? You look positively spooked. Did you just see what I saw? Yeah. This kid seems loaded for bear. She's amazing! That was magic! M-A-G-I-C, magic! Magic? She used magic? Magic. Magic. Terra, where on earth did you learn that? Aw, it hurt Terra's feelings. Sorry, Look, I didn't mean to make such a big deal of this. Me either. It's just that I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you... Edgar, Terra can use magic, and we can't. That's the only difference between us. Fact is, we can still use her help. Thank you, Locke. Thank you, Edgar. Little bit of a wink. Aww. And they love it. Stop swooning! There you go. So this is one of those moments that really kind of defines Final Fantasy VI, in the fact that it's their way of breaking that overworld and combat wall. And this is one of the main reasons why the sprites are the same both on overworld and on combat, is so that they could do scenes like this. Granted, I will admit, these were not utilized as much as they could have been in this game, but each time they are, it's great. So don't take that the wrong way. Bravo, Figaro! Hi, Kafka.
Son of a submariner. They'll pay for this!
Wow, Kafka's voice takes a bit. This is great! Was that a bad person? I'm scared. Terra, there's someone I'd like you to meet. We're members of the Returners. Our mentor, Banyan, would certainly like to meet you. Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic. Terra has magical powers. That Esper seemed to react to her. Can there be some connection? I haven't the foggiest. It just seems natural to me that I have the use of this power. But no human is born with the powers you seem to have, and that's the word that kind of catches her. She's different. I apologize. But what should I do? I'm sure the Empire is going to come after you. If they get their hands on you again, the world's finished. Terra, you want to understand your own powers, right? Then I think we need to consult with Banyan. Please. Okay. To the south, there's a cave that leads to South Figaro. And with that, that's our next goal. We're basically going to make our way to the Returners' hideout to at least let Terra speak with Banyan. And I'm sure that it's Banyan. Again, I'm going with how I said it as a kid, which is Banyan. Just because I thought that sounded cooler. I'm sorry. Sorry if you don't like it. Yeah, this is one of those moments that actually, I think, really helps the story. Because again, from what you have been told at this point, magic is outlawed. Hold on. King Edgar, where are you headed? Through the cave, and eastward to South Figaro. Return to the castle, and tell the others we're safe. Yes, sir. Take care. So yeah, again, to our knowledge, magic is outlawed. Magic doesn't exist in this world, and yet Terra can use it. So you have to ask a ton of questions there. You know, why is she able to use it? And of course, you know, the other question that that Edgar asks is, no human is able to use magic. Okay, so does that mean Terra's a freak? Not necessarily. As we'll find, we'll eventually find out the reason why she can use magic and others can't. But there's more to it than the dogma that these characters know as of right now. And I always love that concept. Like, it's interesting for like me as a kid to play this game and go, wait, but magic and fantasy, that's what I love, and in this world it's outlawed. It's not outlawed, but it doesn't exist. Almost like the real world. And to find somebody that all of a sudden can use magic is kind of a frightening thing. It's like the premise of the X-Men. Is you are almost perceived as a oh, excuse me, I had a hiccup there. You're almost perceived as a freak for having it. So I actually like that concept of Terra's character, and I think it's really well established right off. Now, a lot of people have actually contacted me about, you know, my thoughts on Terra and go, well, you know, if she had to deal with all of this, can't we say that she is a strong female protagonist? Yes and no. The reason that I would say she isn't because of that. It's an interesting character concept. The problem is that we'll find out a little bit later. She gets kind of wishy-washy near the end, and they tried very hard to make her kind of a Mary Sue character, and I don't think it panned out very well. And so at that point, I would still kind of rate Lightning higher on the female protagonist board because she's at least strong. Yes, she's a foil of Cloud Strife, but she does have that inner strength. She already has it there. She's very, what's the word? I'm not impulsive. Very assertive. She asserts herself very well. And that's something Terra doesn't really do. Throughout the journey, she really never asserts herself or her goals to the party. And she could have. In essence, she could have, because she kind of is the fulcrum on hope for this game. I'm trying to say something without spoiling it. I know the statute of spoil limitations is gone, but I always try to make these experiences as immersive as I can for you guys, just to explain why I love this game and try to give you the argument of why you should try it out. With that, though, so we got a little bit of walk-in to do, and I actually do have a little bit of business to take care of. So I'm sure there's going to be a video either today or tomorrow that is going to, or in the next couple of days at the very least, that's going to go up regarding live streaming. And the reason that I'm doing it is because things have kind of come up, and Monday no longer works for live streaming. So what I'm actually going to do, and I actually said this in the last part, and I'm just going to confirm the plan. I am actually going to move live streaming to Wednesdays now. And I'm still going to stream for 2 hours, and I actually think I may have fixed the whole live streaming problem that I was having with console games, so we can start doing console games again, and that'll be awesome. So we're going to change it to Wednesday, but I'm also going to move it up a little bit. So right now it's 6 to 8 p.m. I'm going to move it up to 4 to 6, so that a lot more people can try it out, because I know a lot of people have actually asked, can we move it back to 4 to 6, which I was around that time when I first started. I was like 3 to 5 or something like that. And then I went to 5 to 7 and eventually 6 to 8. So yeah, we're going to move it that way, and Wednesday's probably the best day for me to be able to do it. So you guys can look forward to that. I apologize for all of the missing streams. It's been a crappy last couple of weeks, just because I'm still kind of recovering from the whole fever thing, because the cough hasn't really left. And as you can tell, it kind of affects my voice a little bit. So we're trying to get that fixed. Second thing is, as far as the podcast goes, so a lot of people actually got on my, not on my case, but were concerned about the podcast for the last 2 weeks. So let me just kind of reassert. Alex hosted a podcast, and it is up in the playlist, so you can watch that podcast. I know that it had a lot of problems, but I tried to fix it as much as I could. The next one was the Batman v Superman review, which is up on my channel, and it's in the playlist, so you guys can see what we thought of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. And I'm actually really close to getting last week's podcast finished up. I had a little bit of a bug happen where I had edited like a good hour and 15 minutes, and then for some reason my PC crashed, and even though I know I saved it, it took that save and said it didn't exist, and I lost like an hour's worth of work, so I had to go do it again. So that's been kind of a problem along with illness and all that. Now, people might have noticed we passed a very interesting character going through, and there he is. I wonder who he is. So let's go talk to him. At the very least, you could give me a response. Stand back. He seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. This guy does get an intro. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. And yet his name is Shadow. No, not Shadow Blazer, not Shadow the Hedgehog, just Shadow. That's Shadow. Oh, he slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Better steer clear of him, I guess. And I love the Shadow tune. That's very ominous, but also kind of Old West kind of thing. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. So there you go. We have now met Shadow. Shadow is going to be a very elusive character for most of this playthrough, but when we get him, it's going to be all the more worth it. Because there's lots of secrets attached to Shadow, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So with that, that's the podcast update. This is just going into a relic tutorial, which relics still play a part in this game, and they actually have a lot of good moments, but one of the more prominent relics is pointless since I'm playing the PlayStation version. You can run on your own, so you don't need the sprint shoes anymore. So I'm just going to let the tutorial explain. So yeah, we got that. We got the live stream update. We got podcasting. Let's Plays that really aren't going to be affected, because we still have King's Quest going up, and Final Fantasy VI is going to be the main thing. However, I am also going to start teasing this. Summer has a lot of big plans, people. You guys will enjoy that. What I've got in store for summer. Not only are we going to do lots of stuff on Drak and Shadow, but we're going to do lots of stuff here. So, hope you guys enjoy that. And you guys will notice, like, I'm looking through the relics. There are good relics in this game now, but, you know, I remember a lot of people would just buy sprint shoots right off the bat so that they could walk faster. And there's no reason to with the PlayStation version since you have a run button. And I think the GBA version actually incorporated that too. I don't know. I don't have every single version, but I do know people who have 6 Advance, and I think it does. I think it incorporates some kind of an auto run. So that's an interesting concept to bring in. But we did make it to South Figaro, and this is actually, I think at this point, I will need to get some grinding done, because there is some armor that I need to afford, and I need to get some characters' levels up, as well as Terra's MP, because we need to make sure she's a variable mage. But, as I've told you guys, I did that grinding off camera. So there you go. And now it's time to advance the journey even more. And unfortunately, I went the wrong way. So the next step in our journey actually leads up to this house. And I'm not going to say why, but it'll be explained once we get there. Oh, but I actually look at the time. We're actually getting really close to an ending point for this week. So I think we're going to finish up this battle and maybe just go straight to the house and then end things for the week. I love that people kind of get mad that I only do like for 25 minutes. I think that's long enough, people. I think that keeps your attention long enough. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this week. So when we get back, we're going to find out what this mysterious house is, and we're going to continue our way to the Returner's hideout to let Terra speak to Banyan.